Gotta love copyright free music. Shout out to artlist.io. And now that 110 is out, I can kind of sit back and just breathe for a second. I'm never gonna stop the work. I'm already planning the next project. But I wanna talk about a related topic as I was doing some of the songwriting for this album. And then I'm gonna kind of transition after I talk about the individual songs into my thought process for the next project. Because I know everybody promotes in a different way, but this is my way. I like to share what's going on. So the topic that I want to talk about today is about adding value into every room that you enter. Whether it's a virtual room or a room that you actually show up and you go into. It's about adding value to every room. And I want to say this, I'm not preaching. I don't tell nobody how to live. People live their own best life and live what works for them. But this is just how I operate on a day-to-day basis. Is if I'm gonna go somewhere, I'm gonna show up and bring all the value that I can. And also take away value if I'm consuming something, listening, taking notes. But it's a dialogue. It's about being fully engaged and staying present. So there's a few examples of this that I can think of just from our own life recently. So I remember going to an event and I knew some of the organizers and some of the people there, but it was a networking event. So I went and I sat down to the person that was sitting alone at a table. I thought that was important because I've been at those events if I'm new somewhere or if I'm not familiar with this group of people and kind of been the outsider. So I like to go strike up a conversation. If I can make an introduction, I'll go and make an introduction. If I'm in a discussion group, right? Like we're sitting around in a circle talking about something and I can tell that things are starting to rise in terms of tension, right? There's someone over here saying something, someone over here saying something. And so I'll try to go in and make a joke that like both sides will laugh at. Hit a chord, make a joke, lighten the energy of the moment so that we can all have a good time and find some common ground. Other things recently have been through Toastmasters. I have recently re-engaged with Toastmasters and I was so excited and happy when I got to attend a meeting as a guest. I got to evaluate 3 different speeches as a guest, give them my honest, constructive feedback, and also introduce myself at the end of the meeting and talk about what I was doing, right? And same with virtual meetings. I mean, if I'm gonna take a Zoom or a Google Hangout or a FaceTime or whatever the fuck we're calling it, it's like I'm gonna go prepared with questions. I'm gonna share everything that I've done. I'm gonna share my own knowledge and hopefully both sides can take something away. Because I really, and I will go into this when I talk about one of the songs, but I don't believe in fucking participation points. Like, yay, we showed up, we're here, we accomplished something. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that. So those are a few examples. And there's just one other example that was really kind of like fun and unexpected for me. So I was in 7-Eleven. I was just getting a pack of something. And the cashier, she noticed my necklace, this stone. And so she was like, is that a ruby or a garnet? And I was like, it's a garnet. And so she said, oh, your birthday's in January. And I was like, yeah. Are you as well? And she's like, no, I'm a ruby. I'm a Cancer. I was born in July. So I was thinking about that interaction. And because I don't have Cancer anywhere in my birth chart, and because I've never dated a Cancer, I really do not know that much about Cancers. So I wasn't able to provide a ton of value, in that moment, but we were able to bond over that and talk a little bit about tarot. I actually want to go back and talk to her and share with her my tarot reader, who I'm a big fan of, and she's very insightful, she's very wise, and I like what she says. And so those are just examples of like just living everyday life, right? I talk about giving 110%. It's about, for me, just showing up 110% in the moment. And in situations where maybe I didn't show up in the way that I was expected to, trust me, I've dealt with the consequences of that. You can rest assured. So this is who I am now. This is how I operate. I'm not telling anybody else how to live. I don't do that. But I believe in the good karma that comes with giving your all. I believe that you reap what you sow. And, you know, as I say in the song, it's like, unrelenting, give it 110, this motion, till it happens. So I write about these topics. These topics are important to me. It's a way of life. And I'm just kind of assessing now who I am as a person as I put this out into the world and where I want to take my content next. So I hope that you're having a good night, and I'll see you soon.